year, the tournament is full of ups and downs. Moments that come to define teams and players. Moments that our teams, the confidential camera crews, get to witness up close.
Doing this for 10 years now, there's no question in my mind, my most favorite moment is Kansas State and Chris Merriewether in 2010. Nothing will ever top that.
That's Chris Merriewether in 2010, a senior guard on the Kansas State Wildcats. But don't let the glasses fool you. That's not Clark Kent. That's also Chris Merriewether, second-year MBA student at the Wharton School. Although, in a moment, he's gonna wish he had a secret identity. But back in 2010, there was no hiding from Kansas State coach Frank Martin.
He comes off the ball screen and you just stand there. Whoa, whoa, move, man! Might as well bring my 2-year-old in here, get the same effort. That's all they do there now, all game. Go up! You guys want to go to Final Four? Get on that glass, go after everyone.
Frank Martin as a coach, inside the lines, he is the craziest guy, and just as crazy as when you see him on TV, outside those lines, one of the best guys I know, period.
I'm telling you, man, you got the rest of your lives now to do whatever you want to do. You might only have this one opportunity to be in the NCAA.
I miss my teammates. You know, I think a lot of them were able to kind of take the path of continuing to play basketball. My big dream when I was really young was to play Division I, but the last time I was the best player on my basketball team was in 7th grade. But I miss that camaraderie.
My road to the Final Four, what do you think right here? Starting right here.
Hey, this is our last winning streak right here. Hey. Gotta let the chips fall where they make.
A 2 seed going into the West region that year.
Flying the other way for him. They can't keep up with his speed.
Kansas State was favored to go deep into the tournament. After relatively easy wins over North Texas and BYU, their Sweet 16 matchup against Xavier provided one of the most dramatic games in tournament history. And it's why we're still talking to Chris Merriewether 8 years later.
I always leave this point out when people ask me about, well, hey, how far did you go in the tournament? I say the Elite 8. I kind of leave out the Sweet 16 sometimes because they might ask about the foul.
We'll get to the foul, but this game was tight all the way down the stretch. With under 10 seconds left, Kansas State only held a 1-possession lead, and Xavier held the ball with a chance to tie up the game.
72-69, Kansas State. The decision has to be Kansas State, knowing that Xavier has to shoot the 3. If they don't get a shot going, and if it's under 3 seconds, do you foul?
Holloway into the front court, and he's got to fire it up. And they're going to call a foul on Chris Merriewether. My goodness, unbelievable.
Denny Clemente was guarding Holloway. He crosses half court, and Denny, he is bear hugging him, essentially. Doing everything except, tackling him. The ref swallowed the whistle. Did not call anything. They knew what we were trying to do. They didn't call anything. So in my mind, I'm like, do I give this guy a clear shot at a 3, or do I foul him on the sideline before he even gets a chance? When you have a quarter of a second to make a decision about what to do, what not to do, I made the decision and I said, I'm going to foul him. I don't even think he was looking at the basket. They called the foul, and it's a 3-pointer, and I just dropped. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
If you're Kansas State, he's the last guy that you want at the line.
I have my head down, and I am talking to him the whole time. You don't want it, man. I know you're tired. I know you're tired. You don't want it.
For the tie, and he got it. We're tied at 72. They give it to Pullen. Pullen in the front court. 2 to shoot. Oh!
I remember walking back to the huddle. I was so disappointed in myself.
We're underway in the overtime.
Holloway kicks it out. Crawford, 8. Crawford's got to hurry. Up. Oh, no! Clemente fires! And we're heading to double overtime.
And that's when Chris Merriewether's teammates made sure his foul would be forgotten by everyone.
19 to shoot, Pullen straight away. Bam!
Well, everyone but Chris.
Kansas State heads to the Elite Eight with a double overtime win over Xavier.
That was wild. It was probably the craziest game of my life. But at the end of the game, I point up to this guy like this, to Guy, and I just say thank you. And I just drop my head because I know that could have went another way.
Hey, I love y'all, man. I'll tell you, I wouldn't have been able to live that down for the rest of my life, dog. I promise, man.
We live another day.
I promise, man. I promise, man. My fault, man. My fault, man. I ain't gonna. My fault, baby. My fault, baby. I wouldn't have been able to live that down the rest of my life, man. I wouldn't have been able to live the rest of my life, man.
Man, I had great teammates, man. I had great teammates. I just didn't want them disappointed. And I'm thankful that I didn't have to worry about living that down.